Hello, welcome, what's good guys? Tone here and ready to play some more Slice and Dice. Today we start a fresh run, going to continue doing classic unfair here. We have a little streak going, and I just love this game mode, so I'm going to keep playing it for now at least. Speaking of some Slice and Dice, just a small relevant story. I couldn't sleep last night, so I got up at like 1 in the morning, and I just grabbed like a snack and pulled up Twitch, and there were 3 different people streaming Slice and Dice, and they all had like 50 plus viewers. It was a really cool thing to see, and really unexpected at that time in the night, in particular. It was 1 in the morning for me, and I stayed up for like 3 hours watching people play Slice and Dice. So maybe I'm tired today because of that, but it was very cool to see that, very unexpected. Glad to see more people, more visibility for this game in general, more people enjoying the game, enjoying enough to be like streaming it and doing stuff like that. Really love to see the success of this game, especially with the 2.0 update, which if you've seen my earlier videos, when I started playing 2.0, I just think is a really fantastic update, and just, you know, job with game design and all that. But enough with chit chat, let's get into our unfair run here. Although before we begin, I'd like to give my usual reminder that if you'd want to support this channel and my other related projects, you can do so over at patreon.com/tonehack. So feel free to give that a look. We have a blessing here. I've never seen a 1-point blessing. +1 max mana per boss. Yeah, that's not amazing. Something interesting with this is that some of the later spells that are expensive, like Blaze, are hard to ever cast with certain team comps because you can't generate a lot of mana in one turn. So this helps you like get to that. If you're relying on like some healing spells where you might not want to cast them on the first turn, but you might want to cast them multiple times on the second turn, like Soothe from the Prophet. I think it's the Prophet. I probably don't even have her in my almanac because I feel like I haven't seen them in a while. I don't. But you might want to have some mana saved for that. Actually, looking at the Surgeon, having some mana banked up for the Surgeon is kind of interesting. Although you don't want to save mana that much in general. Usually you cast it sooner. But in turns where you get no value from casting it now, you pretty much always benefit from saving your mana. And being able to have more mana to save is nice. So, yeah, 1-point blessing. It feels right for that. But yeah, let's look at all of our curses here as a whole, and if you guys are new to this, this is basically the most important decision you make in an unfair run. Without the curses, your unfair run is basically, you know, a hard or a normal run. I think hard and unfair have more difficult floors than normal, so that part's different, but the curses really make the difficulty. So you win and lose runs based on your curse selection. Broken Spirit was one I think I first saw the other day. I don't like that one that much. Sandstorm at the end of every second turn, 1 damage to all allies. That's doable, but I'm not a huge fan. I don't like bottom poison. I'm looking at this, and I don't like most of this. Monster HP 7-pointer. +3 HP for each 6 base HP. Oh, I thought this was going to be 5. I don't like taking monster HP that gives monsters a bonus at 5. Just because there's a lot of monsters that have 5 hit points exactly that I don't like boosting. +3 at 6 is actually interesting. Now, this makes some enemies and floors really difficult, particularly Jinxes can be nasty. There are some floors that have like stack like Luduses, which is pretty bad with this. Oof, this is really nasty with Fanatics. Who would, oh my gosh, they would have 19 hit point Fanatics. They could use their 8 damage side 3 times. Yikes. That's really nasty on the fanatics. Yeah, it makes quartzes awkward. To get to their shatter point, you normally have to do 5 damage to them. Now you'd have to do 8, which is more than they start with normally. And quartzes are kind of balanced around that, so that makes them pretty nasty. It makes some bosses pretty nasty. I mean, you get an extra like 18 health on Basalt or something, and Dragon. Baron gets tricky with that. What do they get? An extra 12 health? And that's before you can start getting to your mana. Yeah, that might just be a bit too much extra health to give some monsters. Although it's your only curse. I feel like that's somewhat reasonable, but I think there are just some floors where it's gonna hurt us a lot. So I'm not feeling that. Add Thorn is interesting. Because this is 6? Thorns are really problematic. Because they just do so much damage. If I started with something with a ranged attack, it might be decent. I think the Thorns are going to be hard to deal with our starting squad. You can make them flee pretty often, which is one way to deal with them. We could potentially pick heroes that work well with them as we level up. Which nixes Juggler. Which is unfortunate because I like the Juggler a lot. Rogue's pretty bad with them. Spellblade's okay. Am I missing a ranged dude here? I think I am. Because you really want range attacks for the Thorns. Berserker's kind of bad for them. Brute is a good pick for them. Brute's pretty good in general. I like them a lot. I could see us taking this. I don't know, it could be tricky. Wanded, single use to the 2 left sides. I feel like this is okay. When I'm looking at these curses, I'm usually looking at like, what do I take that is like difficult, but I'm kind of like comfortable enough with them? Which ones do I find that don't like affect my run that much? Which ones do I find that are like annoying but like slightly on the easier side? And then there's some that I find like unpickable, and some that I think that are probably like on the slightly higher difficulty than I want to take normally. I feel like Wanded is probably like almost halfway to like that slightly higher difficulty. Not a huge fan of like I'd rather not take this, but I think I'm like okay with it. I think Sandstorm's kind of there as well. I'm leaning towards re-rolling this, I think. My starting squad really sucks too. Well, actually, I like Buckle and Brigand. Where does Mystic rank? I actually, the more I play this and look at some of these heroes, I kind of want to do a like a heroes like quote-unquote tier list. It would be my own spin on it. I don't like tier lists for games like this. I need to fill out a few of these like final pieces, which I might do playing do some quick shortcut runs or something eventually, which I found to be a pretty nice way to try new things. But yeah, if I'm looking at the Mystic, I like Splint the most, I think, and then Healer. Yeah, the Mystic spell sucks. I don't actually cast the red spell that much. So between these modifiers and this starting squad, although I do like the Brigand and the Buckle, I'm inclined to restart here. Or to reroll here. I do wonder if like Thorn Wanded is like a... If I was on a streak, I feel like I would just try this. I want to try this too. Actually, I wish I had this curse selection on like a no stakes run. I've been wanting to find some time to stream some Slice and Dice, and if I did that, I would do I'd either do Shortcut or like Custom Party, where it doesn't affect like my streak or anything, and just experiment with some of these things I'm a little hesitant to take when there are like quote unquote stakes on the line, when we're actually trying to like win. Because that's the best way to get better at these games, is to do things you don't normally do. Like, if I did have more experience with some of these curses, I might say, like, yeah, this is, like, a good combo. But yeah, considering our starting squad ain't that great, I'm considering just re-rolling this. This null feels problematic with this starting group, too. I guess we would end up bursting them and then, like, rolling this or something. Let's just re-roll this. I don't think Thorn Wanded is it. I guess there's Thorn, Sandstorm, Broken Spirit. I just don't know if the Thorn... I'm really torn on the Thorn. It'd be at the top, so this 4 damage Eliminate isn't as nasty as it sometimes is. When they're mixed in... So how enemy attacks work in this game is enemies won't target your heroes if they're already dying, and they go from top to bottom. So if this null does 5 damage to the Brigand, then this Goblin will not target the Brigand with its normal attacks. With Cleave, sometimes they end up doing it anyways because they try to maximize the value, but Eliminate is the exception, where the target must have the least HP. So what happens that's pretty nasty with Eliminate is sometimes if a bunch of people roll Eliminate in a row, they'll just start attacking, like, well, they automatically just target like the same hero, and then like this guy is like overkilled by 9 hit points or something. You can't save them at all. And if that happens to like a critical part of your team, whether they just have some ability that you need to get through the fight, to do some damage or whatever, or maybe they're wearing the crown item, where like if they die you just lose anyways, and it's really problematic. Having the Thorn up top with the Eliminate isn't as bad, because they will always target whoever has the least health, and they won't pile on, and if they end up killing that person with that, then no one else will pile on. It's actually kind of interesting, because at the start of every fight we know exactly who the Thorn is going to target if they roll Eliminate, which I think is their nastier side. Some of the Petrify can be bad. I'm kind of talking myself into the Thorn, but I think I would have to take it with Wanded. I think I need to re-roll this, get a better starting squad, and I really just want to see curses that I'm more familiar with this far into like our little streak. I totally want to try this though, but I don't think this is the setting to do it, because I don't want to like throw a run experimenting, but I think this could be a fun run and a pretty feasible one. But between this and our starting squad, let's go ahead and re-roll here. Oh my gosh, we have Hero Exert here again. I don't like seeing all these high value curses. Okay, this set looks brutal. Holy cow. At least we got a much better starting group, I think. We got Splint Mage with Flare. I don't like roughing that much. And we can't even... Defender pairs probably pretty well with Ruffian, because they have pretty good chance of blocking for them to actually use this pain side without dying. Dabble is okay. It can push us to 4 mana a little easier to get flare sometimes, I think. Ugh, I don't like the distribution of these curses. Just looking at this top row, and I think we have to take something from this top row, is nasty as heck. So we have Hero Exert. We talked about this a run or two ago. I don't think this is really pickable, maybe unless we have like Initiate. I think we could do something really cheeky with it. Sandstorm at the end of every second turn, 4 damage to all allies. You'll notice that most of our allies don't have more than 4 health. I didn't realize how much health the Defender has. It's actually pretty cool for a tier 1. Monster HP 3-1. This feels worse than the other one that we just were offered for 7, which was +3 for every 6 hit points. This is 2 for every 6, but it applies to way more enemies because it's actually 1 for 3. I think I have to take this. I don't like this at all. And we have mana debt? What are these options? Oof. So I don't like the our odds of this run. I should have taken Thorn Wanded. I like that way better than everything I see here. So I think my options, the way I'm breaking this down, is Sandstorm, like Revive. I don't like. I mean, you can let the Ruffian like Suicide every turn to kind of help out. I think Splint Mage generates a decent amount of mana, not as much as like Splint Cultist, but enough that like we can probably clear a lot of the fights by the end of floor 2 to avoid this for a while. It's 4 damage. This is going to kill us on the alpha fight if they summon at all. Just like outright. I don't think we can do enough damage or have enough sustain to survive this beyond the second turn that early. Where's the alpha at? So I feel like if we see this floor, there's a 1 in 3 chance we like basically lose if with that Sandstorm, because the alpha fight is alpha and a wolf. Maybe with Flare we can do it. We'd have to get some lucky upgrades. Ruffian might help. I don't like that. And then I think this also kills us when we get to Slime Queen. This is one thing I don't like about the unfair curse selection. Is I feel like some of these curses are just like nasty, and I don't know why they're even offered, because I don't think anyone in their right mind takes Hero Exert. Like, what's the win rate for Hero Exert? We should test this and take this like 10 times. I don't know if there's a way I can actually set that up. But like in like a no stakes run, I'd love to try some of these ridiculous curses. These 4 don't even add up to 10, so I think if we don't want to take Exert or Sandstorm, then we have to take Monster HP. And then I have to find 2 more to take. I'm not taking Mana Debt. I don't really like the idea of taking Bones with Monster HP. These will be 5 hit point bones. I don't think Revive 2 HP is like a super easy curse, but I feel like we tend to avoid death enough And death is already a penalty enough. I feel like this works well. This doesn't hurt you that much early because most of your heroes only come back with 2 hit points anyways, except for the defender. I think this works, and then I have to take 1 more, so I'm not taking mana debt. So I think we have to take Monster Right +1 or non-boss bones. And we probably take Monster Right +1, but I'm telling you, again, if we get like Alpha and they summon 2 wolves turn 1, like there are some scenarios where we just lose because of that. But I think these curses are so punishing that we are accepting a chance that whatever we pick, there are certain floors that we just lose to no matter what. And I think we need to figure out which ones are what's the least likely. Like, I'm accepting that there'll be some floors that I feel like I basically have no agency over, like, winning. And then, so I'm just wondering, like, what's the least likely that we're gonna run into like that? And what does this add for the Fanatics? It's not as bad as that other one. They have 13 health, so it has 4 hit points. They would have 17, which is still nasty. This is pretty brutal for like the gong fight, or the bell. Do I lean towards Sandstorm? I think this is going to be too hard for the Slimer fight. So Monster HP, Revive, and then I think we're taking Monster Rights. Bones doesn't show up in the boss fights. Maybe 5 hit point Bones isn't that bad. The thing is, the right side of most monster dies are like some of the nastiest sides. That's where their summons are, their status effects. Where could that really screw us? I guess it gets particularly nasty on some of the bigger enemies. Jinx summoning 3 bones. Maybe Monster Rights is better than the bones for this setup. I would take bones if I weren't giving that monster HP already. I don't know how I feel about adding 5 hit points to every fight on top of all this. Actually, that's a good point. We're already adding enough hit points to every fight. Alright, I think I'm gonna do this. Does order matter here? I don't think so. God, I don't like this set at all. Like, I'm actually like thinking, like, do I want to take Hero Exert here? Is this better than Sandstorm? Was it last run that we had the wolf every 3rd turn? We only ended up seeing that like twice, and it was in the longer fights, like the Slime Queen fight, like some of the bosses. We might have saw it in the Alpha fight because they summoned a wolf to begin with. So that's kind of like a barometer. Like, you can actually avoid this in a lot of floors. Now that one we had Cultist, which I think has a bit ends fights faster than the mage. We had the splint. I don't remember what else we had up here. So as like a barometer to like how often can we actually finish a fight before the end of the second turn. That's helpful. It's quite feasible, but there are a few floors where this is going to be really nasty. Let me look at our balance mode. These rat floors are nasty with that monster HP curse we have to take, or we might take. These boars get 2 hit points, the crones get 2 extra hit points. It's a lot of extra hit points. Oh my god, the troll gets 5 hit points? They're hard to kill in 2 turns sometimes. This could be one where Sandstorm would be nasty. They're bad for monster rights too. Most of the bosses have really terrible right sides. Alright, let's just roll with this. I don't like our odds. Like, I almost feel like at this point in the game, like not even picking my curses yet, I'm already like our chances of winning, I feel like, are at like 50 to 60% or something. If I just had to like pull out a random number, I feel like it's not that good at this point. But let's go for it. I might be overvaluing. No, I don't know. I think monster HP is pretty nasty, and monster rights. I don't think I can take bones and monster HP, so let's just roll with this. Let's see how it goes. We reroll red and blue for sure. God, I wish the ruffian's in such a weird place. I feel like I haven't had the chance to play them like this, but I feel like the best strategy is probably to just let them die every fight and play this for 5 damage once, which I don't like at all. I do tend to evolve my orange and yellow early just to get more damage, so hopefully we don't have to deal with them for that long, but I do kind of like my red and my blue, so we don't have to like really upgrade them early unless we're given some good ones. I think our defender's pretty good too. So I'll probably end up upgrading you soon, but do I roll for this? I think we reroll this either way. It doesn't get much worse. I don't know if I want the damage. I need the damage on the defender. I probably need to roll this to either. You have pain inflicted coming from the wisp. I think we have to kill the wisp this turn, which is the other consideration. So I need to cast Flare and have more damage available, which is the reason I might keep this. Or just have more damage available from other places. I'm gonna hold on to that for a roll. I feel like it's gonna be important. I'm gonna reroll everyone else. Well, this already kills the wisp, which is good. No, it doesn't. It does not kill the whiz. Okay, let's reroll these two. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. So the ruffian does die no matter what. I mean, unless I have them attack the rat, and then I block them with burst. But that just seems terrible. Then the mage dies. Anyways. So I think we just let the... I forgot the wisp. If I do 4 damage to them, I get mana back, but that doesn't help us this turn. I can't believe the splint rolled healing cross. And healing does literally nothing turn 1. It can't even save the ruffian. I guess I could heal them if I blocked for them, but it's not very good. So the splint whiffing already makes this pretty ugly. I think I just have to do something like this. I don't like that I'm already playing a strategy where we're sacrificing heroes, but let's do it. I'm gonna play this game like we already lost. And just go all in on strategies I'm not that familiar with and such. I think we can find a win. Here, I'm gonna reroll that because damage there kills. Okay, here we go. Thorn and a boar. Extra tanky boars. Didn't get my orange or yellow upgrade I was looking for. I don't think Bard is that great here. I kind of like the Mage's Flare to burn here. Every monster we fight, essentially, except for like Thorns and Archers, is going to have +1 health. I feel like you don't even generate much more mana than the mage on average. When you do, you're causing pain to yourself. I don't think I like the Fiend here. But do I like the Bard? Not really either. I like their mana roll, high roll. They have the reroll cantrip, which helps me when I'm low rolling on everyone else. Shield of All is okay, but not amazing. It is pretty good in a lot of the first floor bosses. The Troll and the Wolf fight have a lot of AoE, where this ends up being pretty good. Yeah, I'd much rather have like Warden, Monk, Knight. I feel like Fiend is normally pretty decent, but I don't know how I feel about it here. I guess Fiend plus Splint plus like potential Dabble mana is a lot of damage and burst, even if I can't do Flare. But Flare is 4 damage for 5, or 4 mana for 5 damage. Burst is 4 for 4 or 6 for 6. And there's nothing that has 6 hit points. I guess anything that starts with 5 will have 6 hit points, like snakes and stuff. Oh man, don't get me started on snakes. I don't like this curse for them either. Maybe Fiend's the pick here. Yeah, even All things considered, I think they are one of the better tier 2 blues here. I'd probably take Caldera over them. I'm cool with Evoker, Sparky, Glacia, I think. I guess Fiend's fine. I think there's a lot more upside in the Grays too. Okay, I wish I could have promoted something else though. I was pretty cool with the Mage in general. I really want to upgrade my orange and my yellow in particular. Killing the Thorn with this is decent. The Fiend doesn't die to that, but then the Boar probably kills them. This heals you for 2 and they take 5 spiky total, so there's net 3 damage. I could do that and heal them with this. Well, no, then you still end up taking... You end up in the same state. Doing that and blocking the Fiend with the Ruffian? I feel like we might actually be able to get through this floor without the Ruffian dying, which would be nice to get them back to full health. I might take this and slow play this floor a bit. I forgot about Monster Rights. I need to be careful. I kind of like this just for the ability to easily kill the Thorn, or more safely kill the Thorn. The Dabble's not going to reliably roll 2 damage for it, the Ruffian won't, the Defender won't. Actually, the Fiend is our best character for targeting the Thorn unless my Dabble does roll 2 here. Okay, I'm actually, with that in mind, I'm just going to take that so we can kill the Thorn. I almost feel like I'm taking all 3 of these dice just to kill the Thorn here. If he attacks the Thorn, we have 3 hit points left. If I block him, the board doesn't kill. Okay, I'm okay with that, so I'll reroll all of these then. I think we just take that. I think I just take this as well. No, I don't need that one. Okay, we ended up with like a lot of armor. If I do this, do you just take no damage? Indeed. Then we block. And plink away at the boar. I should remember they have bandage. I don't use the red spells that much, but they might come in handy this fight. Or this run. You got your 5 side. You have 8 health left, Boar. What would it take to save the Ruffian here? A high roll from the Splint? For the Defender, I mean. 5 damage. 2 damage. So this kills the Boar. Five burst kill. Wait, I have 2 bursts here actually. Burst. I can burst block the Ruffian and heal. Let me play this out actually. Does this work already? Nice, okay. Yeah, I didn't notice I had that mana left over. That works. Okay, 8 hit point wolves. Take the stake, add terminal all damage sides, times 2 versus targets on weight HP, which... It's only for attack, so it doesn't help defensively. So that works okay with the cleave on the ruffian. The fiend's healing could benefit him with that, but that's all we have for that, which is more than nothing. Emerald Shard, gain the effects of all tier 2 items on other heroes. So this means we kind of delay the benefit for 2 floors, and then we might, if we get a good tier 2 item, then we might duplicate it, which feels better than the stake. The stake kind of does nothing most of the time. This could actually be like pretty darn good, I feel like. There are some really solid tier 2s. I think we take the shard. I don't think stake does enough here. Although with the cleave on the ruffian, we could kill the archer a little more easily. But let's just roll with this. Oh, I hate that I'm getting blue upgrades that I feel like weren't huge, and then item upgrades that are somewhat speculative and not benefiting us now, because this literally does nothing now. I really want things that help us immediately, and I'm not seeing it. Alright, I think we want the ruffian's burst damage. We do have to find a way to protect them. Which I rolled really awkward dice for that. The splint only has 2 better sides this turn. I think we just take this. Burn plus cleave would kill the archer, which would be pretty darn nice here, because... Oh, killing the wolf saves the archer. So I can just find a way to block for the ruffian. So they can actually use this without dying. Which burst technically does it, but I think we need that damage, because I have to do 8, so there's 5, 6, 7... A burn would do it. I think I re-roll this, just because this is single use. And I think all the other sides kind of end up doing the same thing for us. I'd much rather have this not a blank if I have, like, next turn when I'm deciding if I need to re-roll or not. So here's 7 damage to the wolf, and that plus this is a burn, but then that ends up killing the archer again, unless I block. Well, I'd probably re-roll this because we can really, like, the damage is good. The question is, do I want to keep this? I think I'd rather roll this too. Anything but the heart is pretty good here. Okay, this actually looks like a pretty excellent set of rolls. How's that for a turn 1? Like burn? No, that kills the splint. I think if I burn this turn and next turn, then the archer dies. Ah, see, especially with the Fiend's cantrip side. Oh, I ended up with this anyways. I kept that. I would re-roll this if I had this. It's a lot less likely that I want to re-roll this since this is a blank. I think I still will, just because I feel like I need that kind of upside here. I have 2 mana here, which puts me at 4. Bandage saves both of these people. But that's also guaranteed 2 damage. So it's kind of a flexible... If I can't kill the wolf, who's rolling the right side by the way, then I can bandage them, but I have 5. It's pretty reliable. I can already kill the wolf between this. Can I keep the ruffian alive? So I could do 5 burst stab, which would kill the wolf. Then I have a burst left over to block for the ruffian if my splint rolls something. And actually, she could either roll any of her sides to save them. I think I'd take this. I like how flexible this mana is, even though I think there's some upside for re-rolling that. Okay. This looks excellent, actually. I could actually re-roll the dabble now, probably, but let me see what this does as a turn here. And actually, I could play bandage. You still die, right? If I don't burst, I was gonna say. I was thinking out loud a little bit. But now we just have the archer to deal with, which is feasible. They might even flee. I would need 20 total health for them to flee. Okay, the ruffian's at full health. Oh, which is really important going into the troll fight, too. If I could roll this pain twice in a row, it would be kind of epic for this fight. We're not seeing the hero selections I want. These are all good heroes. Well, I don't know if the bard was, but I really want to upgrade my dabble and my ruffian. I really don't like having these guys right now. I think I like the druid's offense here between the growth side and the 2 mana sides. Although the splint has pretty good mana gen for now. There's a cleanse size too, which could be pretty clutch against the troll. The monk gives repel, which is just single target here. He blocks for 3 and has pretty good health. The defender already has good health and can block for 3. The monk can't save the ruffian with this side, which is actually kind of huge. I think we're taking the druid here. I'm not really liking my item and hero picks here. I'm hoping they can turn around real fast, especially with the emerald shard that we have. We could end up, our reward from this floor could end up being a huge boost. And these guys aren't bad, they're just not the heroes I wanted to upgrade first, because our splint and our mage were probably our 2 best starting heroes. So our value from upgrading them wasn't as big as like from upgrading a lot of our other guys. Do I just take this? Probably. It'd be nice to have these for later when we reroll. They at least heal yourself. We did give up that bandage spell, which is actually pretty decent on this floor. Although balance is pretty good too. I think you do want to have block here. Especially so I could try to roll more damage on the barbarian, or the ruffian. I'm really happy the ruffian isn't getting targeted this turn. I think you reroll for damage as well. I can't play defensively here. I need to find damage. I'm gonna reroll this. What's the upside from rerolling you? This is a better side. The heart is a complete whiff. This is good if the my ruffian actually rolls the thing. Did she just roll 2 blanks? Come on, Druid. The chance of the ruffian rolling this isn't high. At the very least I can burst if I have to, so I think I'm gonna re-roll. I'm gonna keep that actually, and then re-roll everything else. What a not great first turn. I think we just do that. Heal 1. Troll has 20 freaking health too. This is actually absurd. If I use this, I'd have to block or heal the ruffian for 5 to have them not die when I use this. But otherwise they're doing 1 damage a turn, which is trash. But they do absorb hits. Like, they're almost worth having around just to do 1 damage a turn and then, like, make sure other people stay alive a little longer. The Fiend got a big roll, but he dies if he uses it. I could play Balance to save the Fiend, but it's a bit too much. I could use 2 of this mana to burst. And it's kind of like a 1 management. So I think I... Jeez. I don't like this. This is a really tough run. I hope I don't sound like deflated or something, but the curses, the item and hero options, the rolls just have not been great. So just being realistic about things, it's pretty tough. So let's see. What's our outlook if I... How do I play this, and is it even worth playing this is what I'm wondering on the Ruffian. Druid rerolls for sure. I'd like to keep this, but I don't know if it makes sense to. Rerolling for cantrip or 2 damage shelf heal feels pretty strong. Especially when I think I need to kill the Ruffian. That's probably the play, is rerolling that. We're rerolling this. I think we reroll the Defender so we can try and block for the Ruffian. Does that even make sense? I think it does. I think we lose in the next 2 turns almost no matter what happens this turn though, because all my guys are going to be at like low health. I don't think I can win with the Ruffian doing 1 damage per turn here. I think I need to keep them alive while they're using this, and they need to roll this again before they die. I feel like that's our only chance of winning. Which makes me want to keep this? Is that how we keep the Ruffian alive? What did I say? I need to block for 5 total? This helps with like the burst and this guy rolling something. That's a lot of resources into just getting the ruffian to do 5 damage and not die. But that's a resource that we're investing into doing 10 damage eventually. If this rolls mana, mana's through burst works out to be a block. Bounds could be pretty critical next turn. I think you have to reroll for blocks. We're rerolling you, we're rerolling you, we're rerolling you. What to do with the dabble? I think we're trying to block for 5 no matter what, so I feel like this is pretty good for you. Okay, so we keep that. Damage is good. I think we keep this so we can block the ruffian. Let's see what this rolls. I'm okay with that. I kind of invested my defender and a burst to try and get the ruffian one more shot at this. Isn't even that likely, but I think it's our only course, one of our only courses to winning. My whole party's at pretty low health, and the troll's gonna have 13 health next turn. I have 1 reroll left. Am I better off letting the ruffian just die? Having the dabbler do like 1 extra damage and then being able to burst the troll instead. They have 10 health next turn instead of 13. No, because I can't do that enough damage to that without the ruffian rolling, without the ruffian being here to do 5. I think there's a very real chance that I lose next turn, especially if the ruffian's dead, because this guy cleaves and does things nastier. I think I need to roll with this. I think this is our best option here. I think this worked out pretty well, actually. Ideally, we let the ruffian die this turn already, not with that side. This is a good roll for the druid. This damage growth side was one of our strong things we were going to be able to do this fight. Can we win this turn? Right now I have 6, 9, 10, 11 damage, which is almost there. The only way we get to 13, though, is if you roll 2 here, and you roll this. Or the ruffian just hits 5, in which case we have a lot more flexibility on the other dice. So with that in mind, I think we're planning to win next turn. And I'm rerolling this for upside. I'm rerolling this, because again, they're at 3. I think cantrip or this are pretty good to set up a win for next turn. I think we're good with mana or any of the damage sides here. Even the heart and stuff, the dabble, yeah, we're okay with rerolling you. I'd rather get damage, but even the heart and blocking are probably good. I really want you to hit 5. 2 from you is probably worth holding. Is it? Do I just let the ruffian and defender die this turn? Try to get the defender to do 1 more damage. 2 doesn't save anyone. Two plus balance saves someone, although I don't think we win by playing balance, doing 1 damage for 3. I don't think that helps us win at all. Balance has helped me play Fiend's Thing without dying this turn. Actually, what does that look like? So balance for 1. Here's another 2, so that's 3, 6, 7, 8. I'm re-rolling these, but these are worst case scenario. Someone survives. Having a bunch of people at 2 hit points next turn, though, doesn't... 1 and 2 hit points doesn't actually save them at all. Because he does, like... all of his attacks are higher than 1. I find it hard to re-roll this. I just don't know if it affects the fight at all. And if we really just need to high roll something different. I'm not doing the balance route. It just feels wrong to me. We could probably analyze it for like 15 minutes and figure out if it is, but I think it's pretty... I think there's a chance that it's might be the best thing we can do, but it feels wrong. I think it's not normally likely, so I'm not going to sit here and try and figure that out. So I'm going to reroll the Dabble, the Ruffian, and you. The Defender. I think I'm going to assume that I can get like 2 damage. This is basically 4 damage with my Sword Mana. 7 damage. That you'll do at least 1, 8. You'll do at least 1, which is like 9. Which leaves you at 5 health next turn. If these both die... Can I do 5 damage next turn? I'd have 1 in the bank. I probably do like a good amount of the time, like 70% or more. But if I don't, then we lose, like no matter what he does. I think we reroll the Defender. I think I need a high roll here. I don't think this does anything. The other thing this does is it lets me keep the Dabble alive next turn. Unless he rolls poison. And then I get 1 more turn to try and kill him. But he's going to have 2 health minimum the turn after next turn. Because of his healing. Which means that I'd either have to have banked mana or roll this. I think it's unlikely, so I'm going to reroll this. Oh, we hit this. Okay, I think that's what we need to win here. So what does this look like? 5, 8, 10. Yeah, we should be able to win with that. Nope, nope, nope. Why? Hey, guys. Why are you rolling so many freaking X's? Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? So we're in the same situation, but this guy has 4 health instead of 5? Oh, but we do have a win here already, it looks like, so... Oh, I have 2 mana banks, so he really has 2 health instead of 5. Wow. We got there. Oh, you can get Cyclops on floor 5? That's kind of nuts. Oh, it's because of the barrel and a chest? What a weird level. Like, what's the point of this barrel? It can't hurt the chest. The heck? This level's so dumb. I feel like the barrel's supposed to make this level easier. But it doesn't. It doesn't make it harder either. It just like leaves it the same. It works a little bit if you want to kill the chest. which without our curses sometimes works, but I don't know. This is a weird level. Dude, the Cyclops is like another troll, and I don't like how we're going into this with 2 people at 2 health when they pretty much always hit everyone for more than 2 damage. And again, the Ruffian basically needs to roll 5 damage on first turn to kill, but we're gonna worry about this next time. I can't believe we got through that troll fight. So we're gonna keep punching through and seeing what we can do. I really don't like the curse that we've got, or like any of the other upgrades or anything we've gotten. This could be really freaking clutch though, so let's pray for a good item here to combine with our Emerald Shard here. But yeah, we'll leave this for now because this one's gone on long enough. I don't want to be too pessimistic, but I don't feel great about our streak at this point. But no premature GGs here. We're going to push through and see what happens. We've survived much worse, and we still have... I don't know if it's like... I don't know if I'd say great odds, but like we don't have like... This isn't like dire. I just really don't like how many ways this could go wrong, and like I don't even have that much like agency over those scenarios. What we do have agency over is just reducing and limiting the number of scenarios that will just like end us. But we'll see how this goes. But yeah, we have to leave this here for now. We'll continue this next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you there.